Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We welcome you all back to our program. Also, those tuning in through our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. Glad you all could join us as well. It's hard to believe that it was 10 years ago they had a chance to welcome to our program Miss Dionne Warwick. She's now back with us again today to talk to us not only about her extraordinary career, but she's doing something very special coming up this weekend, and again on May the 9th. It's called At Home With You. It's powered by Mandolin. We're going to let you guys know how you can be able to be a part of her own special musical tributes, and of course let you guys know how you can be able to get your own ticket to that. But she's also celebrating a great year of not only, of course, her work being recognized, and of course her fans having fun being able to connect with her online. We'll talk to her about that experience as well. Ms. Warwick, thank you so much for the time again. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's hard to believe it was 2011 when you first joined us here on Conversations Live, and it's been a pleasure over the years to have you back. You know, you started off 2021 with a lot of great things. We had an audience question come in about that, and I want to ask you about that. C/Houston asks, how does it feel to have Miss Warwick nominated for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? So let's talk about that. In February, you got that news. What was it like for you to hear?
It was surprising, I must say. I understand that the criteria for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is at least 25 years in the industry. Well, it took them 25 more years before they realized, oh, she's been in the industry that long. But it's wonderful to have been thought of, to even be nominated. Hopefully enough people will think I deserve being there by voting. And if that occurs, I'll be thrilled about it, of course. But it's nice to know something thought of in that vernacular.
Well, you have impacted the lives of so many people, Ms. Warwick. The first time you were on our program, we had a audience member join us. I don't expect you to remember this, but she was talking about she actually learned English because of your music, and you actually shared that that's one of the things you've heard so much from people. What has it been like for you to think about the impact you've had on the lives of people just through the music you've created?
I love it. I am so overwhelmed with joy and pride in that, first of all, people think of me in the way that they do. You know, it's an awesome feeling to be a part of the smile times in people's lives. And I seem to have been that for a lot of people, which is truly sometimes just overwhelming. You know, it's like, whoa, really? You know, but to know that I have affected people through my music in a joyous way. There's nothing else I can possibly say about it other than it's thrilling.
And we have to say you've impacted people through music, but definitely in other ways as well. One of our partners for this broadcast is Amazon, and, of course, you've been able to share your story, not only, of course, in your autobiography, My Life as I See It, also My Point of View, and then even writing for children with Say a Little Prayer. Did you think that was just a natural progression for you, Ms. Warwick, to be able to add books to your repertoire?
You know, that's something I never really thought I would ever do, you know, because it does take time to do. But I was asked to do it, and I said, well, let me see how I fare at it. And it was wonderful. It gave me an opportunity to remember and relive some very, very important parts of my life, and that I felt I was able to share. And found that people were interested enough to want to know, which is even more thrilling. I'm happy that I did it. In fact, I'm thinking about another children's book very, very shortly. I'm putting that together now, giving thought to it, because I'm equating it to my school. I have a school that's named after me, which also happens to be the grammar school that I attended as a child. And I love my babies that go to my school, and they apparently love me, which is wonderful to be able to say. So I think another book is now ready to be done.
Well, I had a chance to get from Amazon your autobiography, My Life as I See It, and I definitely invite our audience, for those who are joining us on Amazon, you guys can click it directly from there, as well as the great music from Ms. Warwick. One of the things, though, that you talk about quite fondly, Ms. Warwick, in the book, and I think it's kind of spread out to now, people feel like they're a part of this with you, and that is family, the importance of family for you. You talked about the encouragement that you got from your parents, your grandparents, when it came to singing that first time. You said that it gave you the formula that I have used to support and push my own family, and then you've been able to, of course, create music with your own son. What is that like for you to reflect on today? Many people see you as part of their family.
I love it. I think it's wonderful that they've gravitated to me in the way that they have. I have entered a realm that nobody thought that I would think about doing in the world of tweeting.
Yeah.
And it's been a bunch of fun. That's exactly the way I'm treating it, as a joyous time. And being able to interface with, and I call them still my babies, the younger people who are basically on Twitter. And I'm hoping, and it appears that I am, giving them another way to approach social media, with kindness and with joy and with laughter and with thinking. Stop and think before you speak, or stop and think before you jump into that pool who doesn't have any water in it, okay?
Right.
Crack the head open. It doesn't make sense. But I'm getting such wonderful feedback from my babies, and it's wonderful based on the fact that they're learning from me as I'm learning from them. So it works both ways.
Right. We're going to definitely want to talk to you more about Twitter, because that definitely has been a part of a lot of people's lives. I want to say, for those who are just tuning in, though, either on the radio side of Mississippi or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome back the one and only Ms. Dionne Warwick to our program today. She first appeared on this program in 2011. She's back now talking with us not only about her extraordinary career, but also the 2021 she's enjoying right now, the nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Also, she has a very special concert series that's going to be taking place on April the 4th coming up, as well as again on May the 9th. We're about to talk about that. I want to ask you, I mentioned to you there was a second question that came in from the audience, Miss Warwick, and that was from Deborah Page. And she asked about how you've been able to influence other singers and songwriters. What has that been like for you to see? It's one thing for you to look at us as your fans, but what has it been like for you to see how other artists have been inspired by you?
I'm finding out how much of an inspiration I've been to some of the children who they are children, so far as I'm concerned. I'll use the term I use for them. They're my babies as well. And fortunately, I've lived and am doing the life that they are basically entering. I mean, I'm heading towards 60 years in this business. And even though some of them are 20, 25 years in the industry, and the industry has changed drastically, I must say that too. And as I said before, that I'm learning from them as they are from me, hopefully. And if I've inspired them in any way, that pleases me to no end.
Yeah. Well, you definitely have, and I think it's been very obvious. So you referenced Twitter, and I think that's going to be a great segue to At Home With You. So let's talk about that. What was it about that platform in particular, Miss Warwick, that stood out to you, that made you say that you wanted to be able to make your mark there?
I miss being able to walk out on the stage and look in the faces of an audience. I really do. And my son, Damon, suggested, he said, Mommy, why don't we do an online concert? I said, Damon, I don't know. I want to feel people. I want to look in their faces. I want to see them smile. I want to see the arm go around the shoulder. And he says, well, guess what? Your presence, which is very much missed, and I do miss it as well. He says, that will give them an opportunity to do exactly that again, Mommy. I said, okay, so I'll make it at home with me and allowing me to come into your home, and we'll just make it a visit with each other. And I'll sing some songs, and we'll hopefully have a couple of laughs, as I do when I'm on stage presently or in the past, and until we meet again under those circumstances. Hopefully, they'll remember the fact that Dionne loves them and misses them, and hopefully they miss me too.
Yeah. Well, I know they do, and you've been making it fun for them. I saw the video you made, Ms. Warwick, that's posted on Instagram, telling people, of course, for one, make sure they're getting their ticket. We're about to let them know how they can do that, but also to put their request in as well. So for those who are interested in joining Ms. Dionne Warwick, either on Sunday, April the 4th, you guys can be able to do that, as well as on Mother's Day on May the 9th. All the information is on her social media. So, again, we referenced Twitter earlier. You guys can head over to twitter.com/Dionne Warwick and find the link in her bio there. Or you can follow her on Instagram at @TheRealDionneW, and we're going to put all of this information for you all joining us online, and click the link in her bio there, and you have 2 different times to be able to choose from. That's the great thing, either 2 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Eastern on both of those dates. So definitely make sure you all do get your tickets there for either this Sunday, April the 4th, or on May the 9th. You can take care of that again in the link on her social media. Last thing I want to ask you about, Ms. Warwick, as we're talking about online, I mean, it is such an extraordinary world. You've been trending quite a bit on Twitter. Most recently, because you allow people to share their fur babies, to show their pets. What was that like for you to see the response you got from that?
Oh, it's wonderful. I've had dogs. That's my passion all of my life, from a child to present time. Unfortunately, I lost my babies, and I call them my babies too, my Pomeranians. I had 4 of them, and lost their mommy first, and then the other 3 went over the past, my last one was about 3 years ago. And I've been contemplating, again, to get another one. It's a huge responsibility, but, I'm at a place now where they were such a comfort to me. I think all of her babies that I've seen sent to me by Twitter has been absolutely enjoyable. They're adorable, and they're wonderful companions, I think everybody should have some sort of a companion. If it's a dog, which I happen to be a dog lover, or a cat, or anything else that they might think will bring them comfort. That, I think, is absolutely wonderful. It's been a joy watching these little babies.
I read your feature in Oprah Daily, Ms. Warwick, and not only did Oprah Daily call you the queen of Twitter, the article, I guess, it really captured my attention from the very title. The word can't is not in Dionne Warwick's vocabulary. You talked about that even the first time you were on our program 10 years ago, about how nothing is impossible. Just even looking at that word, lets you know what that is possible. What has kept you having that positive attitude, do you think?
I think it's because I truly believe that nothing is impossible. My mantra is, if you can think it, you can do it. It was given to me by my grandfather many, many, many years ago. And I truly believe that. It's something I've shared with my children, and they are sharing with theirs. If you can think it, basically, what's to prevent you from doing it?
Such a great thing and such a great mantra for all of us. Again, everyone, the one and only Miss Dionne Warwick has been our guest. Miss Warwick, it's once again been an honor to speak with you. I want to give a quick recap, if I may, for this weekend. Again, for you all to catch Miss Warwick at Home with You, make sure you guys are following her on her social media, either on Twitter at Dionne Warwick or on Instagram, TheRealDionneW. You'll find a link in her bio to be able to get your ticket for either Sunday, April the 4th, either for 2 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Eastern, or you can even get your date for Sunday, May the 9th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you all take advantage of that. Ms. Warwick, it goes without saying you are welcome back here anytime. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, darling. Just remember, those are 2 very special holidays. Easter
Exactly.
and Mother's Day.
Exactly, and we're looking forward to being at home with you for both of them. Really
Thank
excited
you.
about you and all the great things coming up for you.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. You take good care and stay safe. And
thank you.
Easter.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Ms. Warwick, for sure. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.